The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the fonts that we're going to use for our EPUB. Now, the fonts that I used in the print version, if I go over here and I grab my type tool and I highlight this little bit of text right here, you can see that for the body copy I used Avenir, and if I highlight the headline, I can see that I used this font, KG All of Me. And these fonts are not embeddable in an EPUB. So if I were to export this EPUB, just to give it a test here, okay, put it on the folder that I'm working out of, and I'm going to go here and make sure it's fixed layout, and it is, and I'm going to click save, and I'm just going to kind of go through this rather quickly. We'll look at that later. It's going to open my book, and I'm going to go forward, and right away, when you go to this page, you can see that there is a big problem here with the type. Doesn't look too good. So the deal is that in an EPUB, you can only embed either true type or open type fonts. And if I go up here and go to my drop down, you can see the kind of fonts, the different little icon in front of the font lets me know what kind of font it is. Now, even though it's safe, should be safe to use either a true type font or an open type font here, the reality is it really does depend on the type designer if they license the font for an EPUB or not. So this is a new world, and a lot of type designers want an EPUB license to use their font. So what we're going to do is we are going to use fonts from Adobe Typekit, and any Adobe Typekit font is 100% cool to embed in an EPUB, which is awesome. Now, if you want to see what Typekit fonts you have installed and you want a quick way to do that, you can come up here to the top of the font menu and you can click this little TK icon, and that's going to show me all of the, only really the Typekit fonts that I have installed. So I don't have very many, and I think I want to use some different fonts for this. So what I'm going to do instead of picking one that I have installed is I'm going to come over here and say add fonts from Typekit. Now, important, you need to be logged in to the Adobe Creative Cloud in order to use this. It is free or included really in your subscription. And you can see that I am logged into Typekit because look, there's me. So I know that this is going to, when I choose a font, it's going to put it into my Creative Cloud and it'll be available to me. So what we're going to do is there are two fonts that I have in mind for this project. You can, this is a very cool setup. I mean, you can go ahead and filter the fonts by the classification, whether it's sans serif or serif or black letter or something like that. You can do it that way. You can also look down here and you can figure out which one has the figure style that you want, or if it has a caps only, whatever. We are going to grab for this a font that I'm just going to look up because it's easier, and it's Alternative Gothic #2. So I'm going to do Alt, and here it is right here. I'm going to grab it. I like this font a lot. So I'm going to use this for my headlines. It's very easy. I'm going to go here, use fonts, and I'm going to say, yep, I want you to sync it, and it's cool. Now I can use it in my EPUB. For the body copy, I am going to load in Chaparral. So here is Chaparral Pro. I'm going to go there. Chaparral Pro is going to have everything that I need in case I need some different styles. Cool. And Chaparral Pro was designed by Carol Twombly for Adobe. It's a beautiful font, and it's very useful. It's friendly. It's got a little bit of funkiness. Very nice. Click on Use Font, and I would like to use all the fonts. Why not? And I'm going to go Sync Selected Fonts. Close.